and welcome to Business 300. My name is Philip Kulenshoff, and this is 300 Seconds About Business. We're all a busy people, so I have 5 minutes or less to get my point across. Another week, another episode. Let me tell you what I think. Customers are not always right. You can make a t-shirt, just don't wear it. Here's the thing. The idea behind the customer's always right, I think, is good. We've talked about it here before. It's worth talking about again. If you want a business, you need a customer. Without a customer, you don't have a business. And if you do have a customer, you have a business. A customer is someone willing to pay you because they perceive value in what you're offering. I mean, this is big. It's so big, it's easy to be scattered. Serving a customer happens where the inflated rubber burns out on the hot asphalt, and serving a customer directly transcends up through the glass sea to the heavenly court. Let's try not to get lost in our philosophy. The mechanic who runs an auto shop doesn't have to think about the principal foundation undergirding his engine repair work. His customer needs it fixed, so he fixes it. That's great. More of that. Simple serving. Serving a customer is one of the most practical things you can do. And serving a customer is one of the most transcendent things you can do. The Lord saved us for good works, for us to do them. It's not good work if there's no recipient. All of our productive ambitions and our endeavors mean nothing if we're not serving others. People is what we're on this earth for. Yes, humanism is garbage. I understand the historical rationale behind the humanism undergirding Enlightenment philosophy and where it brought us. Rousseau's romantic transcendentalism mixed with Kant's epistemological rationalism brought us the anarchism of the French Revolution. Adding 19th century Darwinism, Marxism, and Nietzsche's hatred of God and elevation of man brought about the devastation of World War I and II and an entire century of tyrannical bloodshed that still has its chokehold on us. On top of that, Charles Finney's man-centered theology and church movement disarmed the Christian church to withstand any of the onslaught of the 19th and 20th centuries, which is why the church is impotent against tyranny. Humanism is no good and has no place in business. Slippery slopes. I get it. So, let's be God-centered. What does God call us to do? Love Him and love people. And we demonstrate both through our works. And where do we work to serve people? One of the obvious places is business. If we are in business, we are in business to serve others. Customer numero uno, номер один. And yet, I started this episode by saying that customers are not always right. Here's what I mean. A lot of business owners don't know who their customer is. Who are you intending to serve? If you have a remodel company, is your customer anybody who wants to remodel their house? Or do you have a specific target audience? If you run a Mexican food restaurant, is your customer anybody who's hungry? Or those hungry people who want Mexican food? Can somebody come into your restaurant and demand spaghetti and meatballs, and because the customer's right, you'll make it for them? Of course not. It's an absurd example to make the point. If you're a business owner, you serve your customer. But do you know who your customer is? Who is your target audience for the product or service that you provide? Who is your offering for? And who is your offering not for? This definition could be as broad or as narrow as you want. Typically, the more niche and narrow the focus, the less customers you'll have, but you might be able to charge more. If your audience is broader, you'll have wider doorways and more customers, but each transaction may be smaller. What is your value offering, and who is your target customer, are two questions a business owner needs to work through. Customers may not be right in their demands if they're not your customers. So, know your people, know your product, and do what's right.